Good morning, dear students. My name is Ritesh Chandekar and welcome back to my channel, The Achievers Education. Today we are on to Power Sharings Chapter 1, Part 4 of the chapter. Okay, and we are going to discuss today the topic how power can be shared. Okay, all right. And in the previous chapter we had in the previous part we had compared the two different countries. Okay, and what were the after effects of that, and then why it is so desirable in a democratic country to share the power. So all of that was discussed in the previous part, and in this part we'll be discussing about how power can be shared, where to share. Now that we know that power sharing is very necessary, but we should be also knowing that where to share, okay, among whom to be it should be shared. So let us discuss about that. For all those viewers who are new on my channel, a small information about me. As usual, my name is Ritesh Chandekar and my education has been done in law, that is BA LLB, and I have also pursued Bachelor's of Physical Education, that is BP Ed. My profession is teaching and I am also a karate instructor, and I am also the founder of the Achievers Education. So let us now move forward. So now how power can be shared? When you know that power should be shared, but then among whom? We cannot simply catch a layman or a simple common man and simply give him a power that you have the now power from today to rule the entire country, to run the entire country. Can we do so? No. We need some qualifications. We need to have some, we need to see some that persona should be there in that person. Okay, and can you also think that one person only can rule the entire country? No, even that is not possible. So how can we share the power, among whom it should be shared? Okay, so now there are different forms of power sharing which we have to discuss today. Okay, so note it down. Okay, it's very important. There are 4 ways in which you can share the power. Okay, very importantly, and you'll be noting down each and every line right now here. Okay, so let us see. The very first one, power can be shared among different organs of the government. Now you see, each and every government which is working in a democracy, okay, they are having 3 organs mainly. Okay, what are these 3 organs, or we can say these are the 3 pillars on the basis of which the democracy is standing. Okay, what is that? The very first one is the legislature, the second is the executive, and the third one is the judiciary. Now what are these 3 things? Okay, so first thing, we'll be discussing the very first organ. It is called as legislature. Legislature is the organ of the government, or it is the institution of the government which makes the laws for the country. Okay, you might have heard about the Indian Parliament. Okay, you might have heard about the Indian Parliament, right? The Parliament is nothing but the which is situated in Delhi, okay, is nothing but the legislature of our country, okay, legislature of our entire country, isn't it? Okay, so those people who are sitting inside, okay, inside the parliament and discussing about the law making process, okay, those people are called as the lawmakers, isn't it? Okay, and that institution is called as the legislature. Okay, so that is one thing. We have to share the power to the legislatures, isn't it? Yeah. Then second thing, the executive. Okay, now whom are the executive? Executive are those people who are implementing the law. Okay, executives are those people who are implementing the law. For example, all the bureaucrats. Okay, now who are the bureaucrats? Okay, all those people who are holding the offices. Okay, like offices of police, okay, offices of general departments. Okay, so for example, so who are the executive people? Executive people are nothing but the police. Okay, the local staff of the municipal commissioner, municipal corporation. All the government offices are nothing but the executives, because they are the ones who are implementing the laws and policies of the government, isn't it? Okay, so that is what the thing is. They are the executive, the one who implements the law. Okay, the one who implements the law. For example, in legislature a law was passed that uh, anti-spitting law, for example. Okay, that in entire country nobody shall be spitting in the country. If you spit, you will be fined with 100 rupees. Okay, so this was the law made by the legislature. Now whose work it is to implement? It is the work of the police. It is the work of the local officers who are there. Okay, that they should ensure that nobody is spitting on the roads, okay, or at the nearby public places, isn't it? So these are the now definitely ministers are not going to come on the road and check that whether people are splitting or not. So definitely we have to appoint somebody, right? So those people who are appointed, those people who are following the law, okay, making others follow the law is nothing but the executives, okay? Yeah, those who implement the law, correct. And then judiciary, okay? Judiciary means it is the organization which makes sure it judges the law, okay? It judges the law whether it is correct, whether it is implemented correctly or not, okay? That is the work of the judiciary. Judiciary consists of the judges, okay? You have heard about the Supreme Court judges, High Court judges, okay? Okay, local district court judges. These judges who are there, okay, who are deciding that whether the law was implemented properly or not, okay? They are the ones who will be judging about that, okay? So that is called as judiciary. So legislature, executive and judiciary. This is also called as horizontal distribution of power, because here it is power distributed in a horizontal manner. There is no upper level here. Nobody is above or down, okay? Legislature has its own position, executive has its own position, and judiciary also has its own position. Here I am making it sure one more thing, that legislature has got no right to interfere in the matters of executive. Executive also has no right to interfere in the matter of legislature. Judiciary also has no right to no right to interfere in the matters of legislature or in the executive. But of course they can keep a check, okay? They can of course keep a check on each other, that whether they are performing their duties properly or not. Otherwise they can report, okay? Isn't it? For example, legislature is not performing its duty properly, executive can report to the judiciary, okay? Isn't it? They are not interfering, but they are keeping a check on them, isn't it? So that is what they are doing, right? So this is what the thing is, okay? So power can be shared among different organs of the government. Second, power can be also shared at the different levels of the government, okay? Also called as vertical form of government. See, in every democratic country, okay, this is also called as federal system of government, okay, which we'll be studying in the next chapter, okay? So every government, you know, they will be having, every democratic government, they will be definitely having, okay, there are more than one level of government will be there, because to run a big country, only one government will not be, you know, necessary always, okay? It will not be sufficient, I would say. That would be the correct word. It would not be sufficient to run the entire country in such a with only one government. Therefore we'll be needing more than one government, okay? First is the central government, which is at the top level, okay? Second is the state government, which is coming under that, okay? And the local government. Now I'll tell you which these governments are working for what, okay? For example, we have like our country is there, India, okay? The central government is the government which will be ruling the entire, which will have the control over the entire India, okay? Similarly, the state government will be having its control or jurisdiction over a particular state. For example, Maharashtra. The Maharashtra state government will be having its control over the only Maharashtra state only, isn't it? Similarly, local government, okay? The local government is what? At the village level, okay? So at the village level or at the district level, that government will be having its control over the entire district only, or the village only. Understood? So this is what there are different levels of government. This is called as vertical form of government, because it is in a vertical manner, okay? That's why. So that's why it is called as vertical distribution of power. So power can be shared among different levels of the government, that is central government, the state government and the local government. So you have to also understand in this manner as well. We'll be discussing about this particular things in more detail in the coming chapter called as federalism, okay, where we'll be able to discuss about this in more detail. Plus I'll be also telling you the each and every function of the legislature, executive and the judiciary in detail, okay? So now for now, from the examination point of view, we just need to keep this thing in mind, okay? Then now let's move forward. Power can be also shared among different social groups, okay? Now what are the social groups, okay? Any groups which are belonging to a particular culture, which represent a particular culture, which represent a particular tradition, okay? The best example that we can give right now is the community government which was formed in the Belgium. So you remember, okay, why community government was formed? Community government was formed to protect the rights of the educational rights, of the cultural rights of the people, of the different communities. Like for example, there were German communities, there were French communities, there were Dutch communities, okay? So therefore, to protect their rights, that community government was formed, okay? Similarly, for example, in our country, in India, let's say, you can say, we have different different social groups like the SCs, the STs, the OBCs. These are nothing but the different social groups. Okay, so how are we sharing in our country the power? By providing them a reservation. Okay, that is one kind of power only that we are giving to them, that you have the power to come and take part in the election. The seats in the parliament are reserved for you. This is nothing but the what? This is nothing but what? This is the power which is given to them, that they can also be the part of the election, for standing for the election. They can also take part in the law making process. They can also be the representative, okay, of somebody. Okay, so this is what we have done. So power can be shared among different social groups as well. Okay, so you can share the power in the different social groups. Okay, example, community government in the Belgium. And what is the fourth and the last one? Power can be shared among different political parties, pressure groups, movements, etc. Example, coalition form of government. See, power should be also shared among different political parties means what? Let's say, for example, there are 3 parties in our country, okay, A, B and C. Now, and there are 100 seats, okay, in the parliament. Now, party A is winning only 49 seats, okay, but for winning and forming the government, we need 50 seats, okay, or let's say, for example, 51 seats, more than 50, isn't it? Okay, so now the party A has got only 49 seats and party B has got, let's say, for example, 30 seats, and party C has got 20 seats. Now, if we keep a rule that if a party is not able to win more than 50 seats, then there will be no government formed ever. Can we do like that way? Because somehow we have to form the government, isn't it? But in democracy, what happens is that we are sharing the power to the political parties, saying that one or more political party, by coming together, okay, by colliding together, okay, by coming together, they can form a government. So what party A can do? Okay, party A is already having 49 seats, and then he can take some more seats. Okay, like he can take now only 2 seats are needed for him to win and form the government. Okay, then he can take the remaining seats from either from party A, either from party B or either from party C. Okay, so he can take seats from the party B as well. When party A and B, when they will join, okay, so how many seats it will be? So 40 and then 30, 70, 79 seats will be there. And of course, it is more than 50, more than 51, isn't it? More than 50%. And therefore, they can form the government. So like this way, that's what I'm saying is that power can be shared among different political parties. When we share the power, only then things can work. Okay, and that is what the thing is. That's what the thing is, that we have not made any stringent kind of rules saying that if any one party is not able to win the more than 50 seats, okay, then they cannot form the government. Okay, of course, even if a political party which is not having more than 50% of the seats, they can combine with other parties and they can form the government, provided that the other party is willing to combine themselves, okay, with the particular party to form the government. Okay, then similarly, what are the pressure groups? Okay, pressure groups are nothing but any kind of social groups. For example, we have so many pressure groups are there, like you can say women's movement. Okay, in Hindi, if I have to say Mahila Mandal, all the kind of NGOs. Okay, these are nothing but the pressure groups which are keeping a pressure on the government always. Okay, like if something goes wrong, there are so many people who will be always striking against the government. If something goes wrong, definitely people will go and strike. Those people who are going and striking are nothing but the pressure groups. Or for example, trade unions, okay, is the best example of a pressure group. Okay, it is a pressure group, isn't it? Okay, and movements, any kind of movements of strikes are nothing but the movements. Okay, so power can be shared. We have to give them power, that they have the power to come and strike. Okay, it is their right to protest, isn't it? So power can be shared among different political parties, pressure groups and movements, etc. Example, I have given only one here, that is coalition form of government, which you got to write in the examination. Okay, so this is how we are completing our chapter of political science power sharing. Okay, so chapter 1 is done now. I hope you have enjoyed learning this chapter. So thank you so much for watching this video, and in the coming time I'll be also preparing a video on only simple question answers. Okay, which will be coming in, which will be definitely coming in the examination point of view. So let us see with that also. Okay, so thank you so much for watching my video. Do comment and share and like and subscribe to the channel, and this is Ritesh Chandikar signing off until we meet next time. Thank you so much and have a good time.